Hey Sagittarius, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. I'm going to do a love reading since we are in the Valentine's season, February. This is for the second half of the month. These are general readings. Please keep that in mind. Only take messages that resonate. I do offer personal readings via Zoom if you are interested. You can contact me below in the description box to set up a personal Zoom call. And thank you as always everybody in advance for your likes, your shares, your comments, contributions, support for the channel. I really do appreciate that. Let's take a look, Sag. What is going on in love and relationships? This could be singles or maybe you're in a relationship. It depends what we see here, what comes through, okay, how I pick it up. So let's just take a look at relationships. Maybe I should do, I just gave myself an idea. Maybe I should do singles and relationship separate readings. I might have to do that. You can let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like. Okay, relationships, love, let's see. We'll find out. Okay. You've got the Hermit with the Knight of Pentacles. There's Virgo energy there. I feel here that somebody is really thinking a lot about how they want to proceed or how they want to approach you or what they want to do. There could be somebody here that was, maybe they've been single for a long time or they're on their own. There is that Hermit energy. But the Hermit is really self-reflecting. And I feel like it's somebody who's carefully thinking like, hey, if I'm going to come forward, if I'm going to bring something to Sagittarius, I feel like this is coming towards you, possibly from a Virgo, that they really want it to be like sound, secure. Maybe they're taking their time. This is definitely a situation where somebody is not rushing. Yeah, there's a lot here that someone's in their head a little bit, possibly overthinking an approach or overthinking this connection. So I feel like this is about this is relationship. But let me see, that was the Empress. Well, there's a lot of cards there. I'll take the Empress. Let me just take a look. Okay. Why the Empress? This person's overthinking. Why the Empress? For Sag, the World. I think this person could be overthinking if you will actually accept their offer, or if, I feel like not that they're trying to impress you, Sagittarius, but the Empress has a very high level of standard. It's somebody that could intimidate the other person. It's somebody that I do think here that you could be showing up as that energy where you have a lot to offer, you have a lot to love. I think that you're probably very open-minded to giving a lot of yourself in this connection, but for some reason I feel like this person wants to somehow play it safe, or they're overthinking, because I feel like the Hermit in the World, it's like, am I going to be left alone? I think this person doesn't want to be left out. They don't want to be single. If they were single, I don't think they want to be single anymore, but I feel like they just want to do and say and present the right thing at the right time, in a safe manner, but they're really not. If there's a cross watcher out here, I feel like you might be almost slowing yourself down or overthinking, where you're losing your natural being. I feel like just be yourself. Just allow yourself to go with the flow. Because I feel like the Empress is going to really hear out a situation and sort of hear it from, see it through, because the World is there. So there is something that maybe that person, maybe Sagittarius, you've ended a cycle, you've ended a relationship, you've ended something in your life. But I also feel like it's an unconditional sort of, I will see this through for myself and I will know whether or not I need to end this or not. And it's not like you're gonna make a quick or rash decision. I just want to get a little bit of advice for the energy coming towards you. It could be a Virgo. Is there any healing advice around this Eight of Swords energy? Like they're overthinking. It's okay to think and take your time, but don't try to be something or try to know what the best way to it. The best way is always be yourself. What's the Eight of Swords? Healing advice around that overthinking. The Five of Swords. Yeah, so this person, you could be trying to prevent conflict. You could be thinking this is going to maybe cause a fight, or this person's going to disagree. I think this person could be afraid of confrontation, especially with that Hermit energy. They don't want to be around too much. Maybe they like being alone, but they definitely don't want confrontation. So I think that it's just, like I said, you're playing it safe. Why? I don't know why somebody here would be worried about that, but maybe that's something maybe that's what they've always been used to, or they've always like done or said things, and they don't want to mess it up. They don't want this to conflict. They don't want to ruin something. Okay, so that's why the overthinking is there. What could Sagittarius do here to reduce or to soothe this? Because there's a lot of like mental conflict here. What could Sagittarius do here? Someone here has gotten burnt is what I'm getting. Like I literally see like a gauze thing around the arm. Page of Swords, yeah. Welcome the conversation, you know. I think that this is really saying like, come to me or show me the things that you're challenging. I'm willing to work through the challenges with you. Whatever those insecurities or fears or overthinking, I think the Page of Swords is like, let's tackle that together. Let's look into that. Let's express things. Let's talk through things. So it's about having a conversation versus overthinking everything and trying to come in with a perfect resume. How about just having an interview and having a conversation and expressing back and forth versus like everything has to be so perfect that this person will never say no, or this person will never, you know, I feel like they're overcompensating, or they might be thinking that it's hard to impress or hard to come up with to please the Empress. But I think the Empress is a really loving, unconditional, providing person. This is somebody that would protect their person. This is somebody who wants to create new ideas and allow for, there could be some travel there. Tell me about the World. What is this? Because this could be like, I think that somebody here ended something that wasn't for their highest good, that wasn't really allowing them to grow. You know, it wasn't contributing to the success of themselves, of their life. The Empress. Tell me about the World. The Hierophant. Okay, there's a lot of lessons here, a lot of learning, commitments. I feel like that energy is like, it's somebody's getting a perception of a bluntness, like it's like black and white. It's black and white. And they could be either, maybe that's the way you are. Maybe there's this like yes and no. There's no room for budging here. There's no room for compromise. But I really think that there is. I really think that when someone here really does love that person, that they're not so rigid, but they're also very committal. So I definitely feel here, there's Taurus energy. I feel like this is your energy, Sag, where you're offering a lot of commitment. You're offering a lot of structure. You're offering a lot of like, you have structure, order, responsibilities. You're there to maybe teach somebody something, but I think you realize here that everything plays out its time until the lesson is learned. I don't think it's necessarily so black and white where you cut something off and prematurely forfeit a lesson or forfeit a situation that might bring something good in your life. So I feel like everything runs its course in due time. but I feel like there is an individual here approaching you that's really up in their head worrying, like, because it's like the Empress and the Hierophant, that's like somebody who has such a high regard and is so, like, we're worried that they're not going to, that we can't measure up to that energy, or that we'll never be that type of person. And if we don't, they're going to, like, not even give us the time of day. But again, I think the World card is sort of saying, well, I'll run the course with you. We'll go to the end. If it's not meant to be, then we can close it off. Let's see what we have to learn here. Let's see what, you know, your belief system. Maybe you were like that, and maybe you're sort of saying, well, that was an old belief I had, or that was the way I used to be, or maybe you expressed a form of, like, cutting black and white energy there. But I think you're changing, or you're open to conversation, because there's the healing, the Page of Swords. So you're open to saying, okay, yes, I'm very monogamous, or yes, I'm very committal, or yes, I'm very into my spiritual well-being, my spiritual practice. Empress and the Hierophant, there's also a lot of, like, spiritual work here, but that you're willing to communicate and look into things. Could be dealing with a Taurus. You got a lot of, like, Virgo, Taurus. You got Earth energy here, guys. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Tell us how this person really feels about Sagittarius. How does this person feel? Hangman. The Two of Pentacles. Okay. I think this person is still deciding or getting to know you. I feel like I think this person feels a little bit stuck in their own mind, because there is a lot of this conflict. I think this person isn't really, like, they're stuck in deciding about what they feel. It's kind of, even though they may like you, because they are showing up trying to overthink and trying to present you with a very secure offer, I think that this person hasn't really allowed their emotions to fully be, like, opened up, because they're still kind of juggling something here, or still trying to decide on maybe something that they have to let go of in their own life. The Hangman. They're trying to get a different they're trying to understand how they feel, I think. How is Sagittarius towards this person? How is Sagittarius' energy around this connection? 2 cards. Okay, you're waiting for them to open up with their emotions here, Sag. You want to pursue this. I think you are opening up. You are very much excited, and you have a lot of love and a lot of feelings. And I think that it's like you would like this person to come out of their shell. You would like this person to come towards you with more energy. You may be doing that with them. You may be saying, you know what, I see an opportunity when I see it, and I'm going to go after you, and I'm going to pursue you. I want to show you my expression. And it might be helpful with this person, because I do feel like there's a little bit of, like, restriction in themselves. They need to just sort of mellow and just be yourself. Allow yourself to express, especially, rather than get up in your head. But I think that you see a very big opportunity here where you're ready to move on from something. 3 of Wands is ready to move on. This is where you see potential. You see a big opportunity. You feel like this is the one that you really like and that you wanted. So there is attraction there, no doubt. Okay. I'm just going to close the reading off. I feel like there's a lot of commitment in this energy, I think, coming from Sagittarius. There's a lot of motherly, nurturing connection. There's a lot of commitment here. Somebody who wants to take care of another person in their life. and I feel like you really want to maybe travel. I'm going to use the world as a bit of a distance. There could be some distance or long distance there. Travel could be involved. A new home, new movement, new cycle is beginning. And I think that if you start a cycle with this person, if you start something off, you want this to be done the right way. You want this to be done in a very let's do this properly. Let's do this with a good intention. Let's do this with a spiritual good feeling about what we want from this relationship. So I feel like with the world, it's sort of like you're starting a new, that's because the Empress, you're kind of creating, you're birthing a new beginning, and you really want to do this the right way. Okay, let's do the Oracle of the Birds and see what the message is for you guys. Sagittarius. There's one, okay, I just want to say, there's an energy here where somebody feels, and I think it's your person, Sag, because you've got this Virgo, this Hermit. You know how some people, they just sit alone and they don't want to they don't want to say, hey, do you want to go do this with me? Do you want to go they don't want to look needy. Or they don't want to look like they're desperate or something. I feel like they're sort of spending time alone, waiting, and it takes a lot of energy or effort, or it takes a lot of thinking and unnecessary overthinking and stressing to kind of come forward and just be like, hey, I'm going to go do this. Do you want to join me? I think this person is feeling like you don't necessarily want them around, they're not good enough. So they don't really invite themselves in. They're waiting for the person who they feel is sort of, it's almost like to them, it's almost a privilege to be with you. But they really, if they just stepped out of their overthinking mindset and sort of came in from a place of well, I'm going to ask if I'm not their type, great. Or if I'm not good enough, so be it. But when you feel good about yourself, because I think you have this person has a lot to maybe share with you. This person may have gone through a lot of very life learning lessons and has a lot of contemplation there that they could share with you about the wisdom or the things that they've learned as the Hermit. But I feel like this person tends to seclude, or they feel like, am I part of the cool group? You know what I mean? It's like, do we wait for the cool kids to invite me into the group, or should I just say, hey, could I come in along? There's that feeling of intimidated a little bit, that they're not maybe welcomed enough or good enough to join in. And I think that's probably the furthest from the truth, coming from an Empress energy on the receiving end. Okay. Oh, wow. I haven't seen this one. The parrot. This is a macaw. Some of you might have one of these as a pet. The macaw, the parrot. Communication. Didn't I say that, guys? With the Page of Swords, that's the healing advice, is communication. Life expresses itself in many ways. Humor is only one of them. So the parrot, yeah, they want to talk. They want to mimic, maybe. There's a bit of mimicry there. The parrot provides you with the skill to get in touch with your environment, to learn from it through imitation, and to thereby understand and exchange with other life forms. Parrot strengthens your confidence in this exchange and gives you knowledge, wisdom, and compassion. It provides you with the gift of empathy and thus helps you discover new, unimagined abilities, listen attentively to the nuances in your environment, and solve even the most difficult problems through communicating with humor. That's interesting. So that's the thing. The most difficult problems, that's Five of Swords, big time, and the Eight of Swords. These are the things that we think do not have a solution. How am I going to get myself out of this mess? Or how am I going to deal with this complication? And that Page of Swords is saying, I'm willing to talk it out. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to see, tell me your side of the story. Tell me, and give me another perspective. You know, the person here that you're dealing with, Sagittarius, I don't think that they realize that their perspective, they're like, it's kind of like, should I tell Sagittarius this? Should I tell them I've done that? Should I tell them what I've learned or the experience I've had? Should I share? It's like this, I don't know if they're going to accept my point of view, or I don't know if my point of view is valid. And it very much is, okay? If you are a cross watcher here, it very much is important what you are, who you are, how you see the world, what examples you've lived through, because you can always inspire and enlighten even the most inspired or enlightened person. It's the little things. Okay. With my gaudy feathers, I spice up your life and encourage you to accept what is and open yourself to the moment. Remember the extraordinary bright colors of your own soul's gown. What you say wants to be noticed, recognized, and reshaped. Celebrate life and happiness in joyful exchange with your environment. You are loved and welcomed. More meanings: lively exchange with others, communicating in new ways with humor, learning by imitation, luminosity of the soul, and building charisma. Your affirmation, Sag: I light the colors of my soul by opening myself to life, to inner guidance, and to love for all existence. This is very much the rainbow, guys, in colors. This could be a same-sex connection. Okay, the parrots, especially the macaws, they've got all the colors. They shine the rainbow, the spectrum of colors. So there is a thing here that maybe, humor. It's interesting it brings that up because like the Hermit, the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, this is somebody who can't get out of their head. And it's like, just sometimes we got to laugh at life, or sometimes we have to it's like parrots, right? They can say funny things that we don't expect. It's mimicry. It's like, sometimes they say the funniest things. So, that is your reading, Sagittarius. I hope it helps. Thank you so much for your comments, your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions. I appreciate everyone's support. Have a great day. Happy Valentine's, and I will see you soon. Take care.